Welcome to 7 Pot Club. I'm Rob.
I grow hot peppers.
It's time for my annual tour of the hot pepper garden. I grew over 100 varieties this year, and today I'll show you about 40 of them in this video. I shot this footage back in August when the plants were at their peak. First, let's take a quick spin around the garden. We'll start down by the street and step to the right where there are 2 rows of 7-gallon grow bags behind this stone wall. Then up the steps. The pots on either side extend almost all the way down to the sidewalk. Here's a friendly chipmunk. Hello, Mr. Chipmunk. As we continue up towards the house, look briefly to the right where there's a garden cart with 8 pots. There are a few small pots by the front steps, mostly mutant crosses. Then we'll make a turn where you'll see a row of ceramic pots before we head back down towards the street, and you can get a quick look at the ground beds with their companion planting of clover, surrounded by yet more pots. It was really dry all summer, which you can see from the condition of the grass. So that's the pepper garden. Almost. There are a few pots tucked in here that I forgot to show you on my first pass. People always ask if passersby steal our pots or peppers. To my knowledge, no one has ever taken a pot or even picked a pepper in all the years I've been doing this. Occasionally people can't resist and wander up into our yard to take a closer look, but that's it. Now, let's look at some plants and pods. I will list my seed source for all of these in the video description. Here we go. This is my first year growing T-Rex Yellow. I love the color, shape, and flavor of the pods. Rhino DD Orange is a cool looking super hot developed by Italian pepper wizard Diego Drax. These are very tasty, but not as hot as I expected. Tangerine Tiger is an accidental cross between Ahi Tangerine and Sugar Rush Stripe. Look at the size of this leaf. The desired phenotype has stripes, but at F4 it's not yet stabilized and many pods don't have them. I have one wacky plant that has variegated foliage, and some of the pods do have faint striping. It will be interesting to see how this one develops over time. Seeds from fellow YouTuber Gapey's Grub. I'll link to her video if you want more info. Cumari Pollux is a wild bird pepper from Brazil, Capsicum praetermissum. In Brazil, these are grown commercially, where they're often picked and pickled while still green. They have kind of a smoky flavor. Like many bird peppers, they detach from the calyx when ripe, and you can just lift them off the plant. Bhut Jolokia Solid Gold is a ghost pepper that ripens to a beautiful shade of gold. Seeds courtesy of Alex Anderson of Exotic Hot Peppers. You can find EHP on Instagram, TikTok, or through his Exotic Hot Peppers Facebook group. Habanero Vietnam. I have had confirmation by someone who lives in Vietnam that this pepper can occasionally be found for sale at outdoor markets there. Really nice heat and fruity but not floral taste. Habanero Christina is nearly identical to Habanero White, Habanero Ivory, and Jelly Bean. These tiny hobs from Peru pack quite a punch for their small size. I grow 1 or more of these every year. RXM SLP is a very nice cross of Carolina Reaper and Trinidad Scorpion Moruga Red by Semillas La Palma. They've been one of my main seed sources for many years, and I'm happy to announce they're now accepting credit card payments on orders from the US and Canada. That's great news, and I'll be placing my order soon. Purira is one of my favorites, an upright growing capsicum frutescens with decent heat and a hint of sweetness. I had 2 of these growing right next to each other. I check them daily for ripe pods. Rob's Folly, or should I say my Folly, started as an accidental cross between Mata Frade and Red Savina. But after several generations and possibly more crosses, all the ones I grew this year were yellow, although other growers reported red pods. I make no effort to keep the strain pure as I enjoy seeing all the color, size, and shape variations. I'm happy to announce that Rob's Folly will be one of the many varieties Matt's Peppers will be selling when he reopens his seed store later this fall. Ahi Strawberry Drop is a really nice Capsicum Bacadum variety with decent heat and a fruity taste. I'd like to know more about its origin. Another must-grow variety for me is 7-Pot Orange Yellow. In my opinion, it's the best tasting of all the super hots. Juicy, tart, but not bitter. If I'm feeling brave at lunchtime, I love to pick one fresh and slice it up on a peanut butter sandwich. Chiltepin Amarillo is a Peruvian variety that produces lots of smallish pods with low to medium heat. Purple Ghost Scorpion Peach starts out purple and ripens to a green-tinged peach color. Along the way, they develop really beautiful patterns. This photo had over 2 million views when I posted it on Facebook, becoming the most viewed piece of media I've ever posted. It's very hot, but the flavor is actually quite mild, with a hint of vanilla. By the way, did you notice my new hoodie? This is the latest design in the 7 Pot Club merch store, and it's on t-shirts too, and in a variety of colors. There's a 7 Pot Club logo on the back. Another favorite is our Harvest of Hot Peppers shirt. Both designs commemorate the release of my single, I Grow Hot Peppers, available wherever you stream your tunes. And if you haven't seen the I Grow Hot Peppers music video, I'd be honored if you give it a view and a like. If you've already seen it, watch it again. You might have missed something the first time. Now, back to the tour. Chocolate Massacre has a very gnarly appearance. It seems the autofocus was a little scared to put it into sharp focus. 7 Pot Brainstrain Yellow is another yellow super hot that is both attractive and delicious. Guess I'm just partial to yellow and orange varieties. Bhut Jolokia is the OG ghost pepper. May not be the world's hottest, but it still packs quite a punch. Candy Coat DD is a nice ornamental with variegated foliage and striped pods, but not much heat. Pimenta Diamar is a fun little Capsicum chinense pepper from Brazil. The pods kind of look like spinning tops. Medium heat, but occasionally you'll run across a really hot one. Hawaiian crossed with Ghost is a nice combination. Hawaiian peppers are Capsicum frutescens and are similar in size and heat to Tabasco peppers. Crossed with a ghost pepper, it's bumpier and much hotter. I grew 2 different Jamaican Scotch bonnet cultivars this season. First, there's Scotch bonnet TFM. The seeds were originally saved from peppers purchased at the Trenton, New Jersey farmers market, frequented by Caribbean vendors and customers. Next, here's Scotch bonnet MOA. This strain came from seeds sold for commercial growing by the Jamaican Ministry of Agriculture. Both versions are very similar in taste and heat. At least unofficially, this is the national pepper of Jamaica. It's great for sauces. These seeds were just labeled as Orange Scorpion, and they definitely do match that description. Nice bumps on this one. Secret Potion Chocolate Red is one I grew for the very first time this year. I really like the colors of the pods. Here's an experimental cross from Matt's Peppers. Manapeno crossed with RH Lilac. What's interesting here is that both parents have variegated foliage and pods, but this hasn't either. Still very cool. Look at the dark calyx on Monster Gum Leopard. This is quite the dramatic plant. I had 2 with pods that ripened to orange, and a 3rd plant whose pods ripened to an ivory hue. Prima Tali is the seriously hot cross of 7 Pot Primo and Fatale. Some people think it ranks up there with the very hottest. Here's one with a cute tuck-under stinger. Crazy Boy from Fattest Pepper is an off-pheno variant of Bad Boy BBG. It really goes through a lot of color changes as it ripens. Nice heat and flavor too. Seeds courtesy of Barry Gill. You'll find him on his YouTube channel and his Pepper Freaks Facebook group. Ahi Ethiopian Fire is another pepper I grow every year. It's a Bacadum with nice, rich flavor. My wife loves these because they have a decent kick without the floral taste. She really doesn't like most chinense peppers. Ahi Charapita is hands down my #1 favorite pepper. It hails from Peru, and the name means little turtle. I like everything about these little chinense beauties except the pain of harvesting them. I love eating them fresh from August until October, and we freeze a lot of them to use year-round. Some mutant gum pods are short and stubby. Here's the longer variation. The dark calyx forms a perfect collar around the pod. Kind of reminds me of a lipstick. Darth Maul is a Star Wars themed cross from Fattest. Nicely shaped red pods and multicolored foliage. T-Rex mustard ripens to a Dijon mustard color. I ate one of these in a short video recently, and it really got my attention. I wasn't surprised by the intense heat, but I didn't expect the spicy, tingly taste. Here's Mutant Candlelight, an unusual-looking ornamental with thin, spindly leaves. Not much to say about this one. You've seen it before. Carolina Reaper, ex-Guinness World Record holder for hottest pepper. This one looks like it has claws. Everybody seems to love corking, those blister marks that form on the skin of pods. Farmer's Market Jalapeno has genetics that cause heavy corking. I'm not sure why it's so cool, but given a choice between two otherwise similar pods, I'll pick the corked one every time. My DeHulk plants produced some gorgeous ivory-colored pods. Very nice, but I guess I was expecting green. Some Dragon's Breath pods have stingers, and others are more of a moruga shape. These were supposed to have stingers, but I tasted one of these recently, and I can again confirm that this is a seriously hot pepper. It's a cultivar of 7-pot infinity. Ghostly Jalapeno. The guy who originally made the cross has informed me that my pods are not true to type. That may be so, but they're still tasty and very hot. Beast is an aptly named super hot. Take a look at this pod. You can just tell it means business. Final pepper on the tour is Habanero, a tasty habanero from Africa. Nice sized pods are really hot and sweet. So that's a curated selection of peppers I grew this year. Hope you enjoyed my show and tell. I had to clear out my in-ground plants at the end of September, much earlier than normal. I needed to provide access to the company we hired to fix a break and then reline our original 1913 clay sewer line, which runs directly under the pepper garden. Normally, a motorized excavator with a big shovel would be used to do the necessary digging, but our contractor agreed to hand dig the hole to protect our stone hardscaping. The hard-working crew had to dig, and dig some more, a full 9 feet down to reach the pipe and repair the break so they could install the lining. The job went off without a hitch, and the garden is again ready for planting next spring. The pots that remain are the last remnant of the season. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep cultivating your passion for pepper plants. For 7 Pot Club, I'm Rob.